I came across him. But I came across him. And,
It's a dark night.
and it was so dynamic and just fantastic. He's a very well-connected man. I'm not going to say too much about it because you'll be dazzled by him just as I was. And I'd like to welcome our brand new sponsor who's going to share 5 to 8 minutes of what he does. And his name's Richie Williams and he's from Pride Coaching. Thank you, Richie.
Thank you, Susan. I feel like I've actually come home and I don't even know you. I mean, the camaraderie that's in the room, what was actually done on stage there, I think that was absolutely fabulous from the Novocastrian players. A couple of things. My mission has been to create an environment for people in business to actually feel respected, accepted, supported and valued. And I think I am home because, you know, that's what you do here, but in your profession. And I must say tonight, I think 3 of those values were actually achieved by the Novocastrian players. You're accepted, respected and valued by their presence. So I think to both yourself, Sue, and to Julie, that was a fantastic part of this evening's presentation. From a support point of view, I've been watching these slides actually rotate in regards to the sponsors. How better support do you get than dynamic sponsors you've seen there? I know many of those businesses. And I actually feel quite privileged the fact that I've been invited. And I have to talk about the values of referrals because Mark Amos from JSA said to me a few months ago, he said, Richie, if you really want to meet some dynamic people in Newcastle, you need to meet Susan Hart and meet her, the group that her and Julie have created. And so that's why I'm here tonight, because of the referral. And I'm so pleased to be so. For those that aren't familiar with what I do, I've actually got 5 businesses, but the business that I came to Newcastle with was Pride Coaching, which I've been in for 20 years. And Julie, if I've got a changer, I'll just go over here. So I'd like to talk about making difference for business, because that's what I do and that's what many of your sponsors do in the way in which they actually provide their services. But to share with you what Pride is really about is firstly, Pride's actually an acronym. It's about delivering a sense of purpose to business. Now, I've been around for a long time in business. I've been 30 years in business. I've also been in education for 14 years. I've done a lot of things in my life. I won't go into the other businesses. What's happened there? She's kicked her head. So I'll just go back a bit. So I'd like to share with you, first of all, purpose. You know, I get into businesses. Oh, this is a magic show. There must be something programmed in there because it's not on my... Anyway, I'll take you through the acronym purpose. I meet with a lot of business owners and you know what, a lot of them have forgot what their purpose was. What did they actually start business for? Why are they here? Who here, who do the books or the other sponsors that are here that work with businesses, find that sometimes you get in there and part of the maze is starting to say, why are you here? What are you doing? You know, why did you start? Does anyone agree with me there? Okay, so one of the essence that I do and what separates me to some of the other sponsors that are here is that my strength actually is building teams. It's getting to understand people, pulling people together. I was a professional footballer and a professional football coach, which will then lead you into some of the other businesses that I run. But my issue is about bringing teams together, and one of the key things in getting a dynamic team is actually having some sense of purpose. You know, why do I get out of bed and turn up tomorrow? Why do I work for him or her? Okay, and if I don't know what that is, sooner or later I'm going to leave or I'm not going to perform at the level that I need to. Recognition is critically important. Recognition of strengths and weaknesses in the business, recognitions of market trends, what's happening there. All those things are very important for structuring where you want to head in the future. Innovation, delivering innovation, and innovation isn't about major changes in a business. Innovations are small changes in process that creates either efficiencies or cost savings, prevent wastage and so on. Discipline is about coming back and making sure that you put the changes in place that need to happen. So fundamentally as a business coach, my role is actually to help people change. I'd like you all to cross your arms, similar to that. Is that a sign that you're really enjoying this? So can you please cross your hands for a moment? Cross your arms. You're giving me a cue there. I'd like you to cross your arms because all of us live this way. That none of you know why you cross your arms that way, but genetically you were born, you started that habit and you continue to do it. I'd like you to uncross the arms and recross them the other way. And see what happens. Some of you have got all sorts of things going in your head. Now, I can understand why you're having problems. But for the rest of you, you haven't got said, no, that's impossible, I can't do it, it's uncomfortable, I want to go back to the old way. But business today is changing every day. And we have to change processes, we have to re-engineer and innovate what the business is doing. And as a consequence of that, there's a tendency we want to go back the old way. So as a coach, my role, and there's a few people in the room that do the same and do it very well. I know the issue of using this came from feedback because you wanted a mic, and Shirley would have loved the fact that you stuck to the procedure. Okay? So I can tell you procedures are critical. So the final thing is when you get that right, you actually deliver a level of excellence. And the range of businesses I've worked around Australia is about delivering excellence. I've had 2 businesses win major awards this week. One in the trucking industry and one was the Gunya Hotel, just won the best casual dining for the AHA in New South Wales on Monday night at the Western Inn in Sydney. Fantastic award. Nice little plug for the Gunya too. But the fact of the matter is pride is really important. So let's go to recognition and understand recognition, because some of you may have gone through various types of personality characteristics, but I want to do this little simple one. I love it. Better than DISC and better than the profiler and caliper and so on. But I'd like you to look at those shapes and pick the shape that best demonstrates your personality. Okay? Pick the shape, keep it to yourself. So who's actually got the rectangle? No one. Oh, one. Santa Claus. Good on you, Santa. Strong, intelligent type. Actually, there's 2 or 3. You've got a few in the room. Okay. Oh, gee, what's happened there? She's done it again. Okay, spoil the triangle. Who's got the triangle? You saw it, you read it. Yeah, okay. Here's someone who really likes. They have balance. They see many sides to a problem. Who had the circle? Okay, excellent, creative people. Okay, creative problem solver. Who had the squiggly lines? Okay, only a couple of them. Okay. Obsessed with sex and beauty. Actually, that wasn't the characteristic. When I saw Wayne Lennon, I went and changed it. And Wayne, you weren't even one of them. But, you know, you're going to 0. But also, yeah. Okay. I didn't take any notes of that, by the way. But if we want to understand business and the function of getting into business, why should someone come in? I work with nearly every industry. I've worked with over 1,000 clients for 6 to 12 months in the last 20 years. I've spoken to about 30,000 clients from a rostrum. And one of the things I've found is that even in the best of businesses, people make mistakes. I'd like you to have a look at this. And with the large print, everyone can read it clearly. You don't need glasses. If you do, if you can please put them on. With that large print, can you please read it and then count the number of F's that's in that large print? And I'm just going to ask you to hold. Don't call out your answer. And as bookkeepers, some of you are going to be a little embarrassed here. And I just watch to make sure. Already the accountants are counting in the second time. They don't want to be called out. How are we travelling? That's a little trick. Okay. I've got double screens here. I thought it was my vision, but okay. Everyone counted? Yep. Anyone that hasn't? Okay. Who? Everyone with me? Who's got 8? 9. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. No one's got 8 or 9. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Geez, 9's are 14. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, 15. Oh, you accountants and bookkeepers. Okay, it just goes to show, even counting numbers, we can make a problem or create a problem for ourselves. It's actually 13. So the 9 people have 13, well done. But you got 13 because you're gifted in one area. And the area of gift that you had was your visual actually overrode your auditory and your kinesthetic. We've all got different learning styles. And I can tell you, I go into the best of businesses and the mistakes and the challenges that we have in actually fixing businesses are quite enormous because everyone in business goes about doing and they don't actually respond to the different forms of learning. And when you facilitate and use different forms of mechanisms to get the best out of people, you can actually break through this barrier. And you can get people that are very arrogant or conceited about how good they are to realise that they're just human, and as humans we all make mistakes. And that's why sometimes who actually has this problem? I certainly have it, because I send so many 150 emails a day, and I send them very quickly. And I read them a second time. And there's not a mistake until the moment I press send. And at the moment they press send, I'll see 3 mistakes pop out, and I go, come back, I want you. I've got to change it, too late, it's gone. Who puts a hand up to that? Who's on par with it? You know what, we're all human. And one of the beauties about your statement here is in being human, you know that you need support. You can't do it alone. And I've, over the last 20 years, understood the fact that even I have frailties. Okay, so I've got my own coaches around the place. I've got in different areas for different weaknesses that I have. So it's really important to understand that you need to put a support base on.
Richie, I can't get the third and the F's there.
You can't get them. Read it backwards, mate. Read it backwards, don't read it forwards. Okay, go backwards and then you won't read it. Because your brain is tapping you on the shoulder and saying, don't worry about that, it's a V, not an F, it's the 3 O's. 3 O's is the first killer. Okay? But then there's some other things. The kinesthetics will get 14 or 15. Those that got good feel and get part of it, they get 14 or 15. You know, I've had a group of 15. I've had a group of 15 that we range from 8 to 15 with everyone covered with 15 in a room. So and that group will then wonder why they've got problems in their business. Because they need to communicate and understand we all make mistakes and stop thinking you're perfect. Because none of us are. Okay? So, I don't know if that's helpful to you, but...
Actually, if you went back to there...
Geez, yeah. Sorry, mate. So what types of problems do we actually fix? Yes, sir?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, great. Basically, we improve operations, we raise turnover, raise profit in businesses, improve the productivity, organisational structure. We do lots of that. In actual fact, the last couple of years we've done 8 buyouts, and on Friday we bought a $5 million farm in Victoria for one of my clients. It was in problem in July. They started with them in July. They're down in Shepparton. They're a packing house. And so they've gone from having problems to now acquiring farms. And it's because we've done this. We actually... what we do is we build leadership in the business. So I've got a knack to actually empower people, bring them to the top of the business, give them vision, create directions and targets. We create measurement processes, monitor how they're travelling, make adjustments as we go, set up best practice, okay, create roles, the org structure, KPIs, job descriptions, get performance management going, executive performance. Second thing is we build processes. I'm very happy to do the front end and then work with people like Shirley, where she can come in and do the procedures and things such as that, because I've got a lot of other things happening in a few businesses that I've got. But we work in that. And then strategy is my strong point. It's building strategic planning, risk management and succession. The succession exit strategies, because lots of businesses don't have it, and they're just going to, one day they're just going to stop. Types of businesses, there's a range of the industries. I've worked across a lot of national groups, a whole range of different businesses. There's not a group, there's one group that I have that I haven't worked with, and I do a lot of work in Canberra, and I know in a couple of places like Fishwick and Mitchell, where I've got clients. There's that industry's down there, but I've worked across a lot of industries, and my experience is the fact that I know how to manage people. I know how to get people excited, motivated, enthused, and I know how to get them set targets. What they do in the business is their experience and technical expertise, and we draw that out, and they learn from each other. So to finish up, what I'd like to say is that I feel like I've come home. I don't spend much time in Newcastle. I travel a lot. Just been away for 3 weeks, and I want to spend more time here, but I get called in from lots of different places around Australia. The one thing I will say here, and I'm just speaking to Julie, I'm also a sponsor of the Jets. If you'd like to put your card, don't hold that against me, but if you'd like to put your card in at the end, into the new year, after January, I'll give away 4 double passes into the Chairman's Lounge. So that's alcohol, food, watching the games, meeting the players, meeting who their guest speaker is and so on. What I'll do is that if you put your card in, I'll email out to those people the dates that the games are on. You go for the dates that you can make, and then I'll do a draw in the office. Sue, my office manager, will do that. and email back and say, congratulations, you got 2 tickets to Brisbane Lions or Melbourne Victory or whoever it is. Agility suit, okay. So, yeah, and you have to come in and actually monitor that, don't you, so that we know it's authentic, yes. Okay. So look, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here. Some great businesses in the room from a point of view external of bookmaking. I wasn't working last week, but anyway, spring carnival's over. But
That's other business.
is that right? Can we do that on the water taxi or? That's the next business. But look, from what I've seen tonight, I've never seen a relaxed group of people come together and really enjoy their moment. It's a pleasure to be here. I do travel a lot, so I'll make as many as I can next year. But it's a pleasure to be here and present to you tonight. Thank you very much.